Hello and welcome to AUC TV. I'm Noura Shibl. At least 22 American government employees were injured due to an unexplained attack that happened in Cuba. The US President Donald Trump said on Monday that he believes that Cuba is responsible for these attacks.
I do believe Cuba is responsible. I do believe that, and it's a very unusual attack, as you know, but I do believe Cuba is responsible.
Trump did not place the blame on the Cuban president Raul Castro. He also did not state whether he thinks that Cuba is behind these attacks or even shares the responsibility for not keeping Americans safe on their country's grounds.
I've written them personal letters. They've been sent or they're going out tonight, but they were written during the weekend. I will, at some point during the period of time, call the parents and the families, because I have done that traditionally. I felt very, very badly about that. I always feel badly. It's the toughest calls I have to make are the calls where this happens. Soldiers are killed. It's a very difficult thing. Now, it gets to a point where, you know, you make 4 or 5 of them in one day. It's a very, very tough day. For me, that's by far.
While the FBI investigation is in progress, the State Department still has no details on what type of weapons were used in the attack. President Trump also noted that some of the injuries included brain damage and permanent hearing loss. Moving on to Europe, the European Union ministers arrived in Luxembourg ahead of a European Union General Affairs Council meeting on Thursday, a day after Britain and the EU agreed that the UK's withdrawal from the EU needs to happen faster. The EU is demanding progress on what has been referred to as divorce issues. The financial settlement, status of the border between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, and citizens' rights are all issues that need to be addressed before talks on future trading and security arrangements. Irish Foreign Minister Simon Coveney also noted that there had been openness and willingness for progress since UK Prime Minister Theresa May has spoken in Florence, Italy.
Everybody wants this process to move forward, but there's a structure to the negotiations, and that structure is clear. There needs to be sufficient progress on the 3 key issues in phase 1 before we can move on to phase 2. But I think certainly since the Florence speech by the British Prime Minister, there's an openness and a willingness to try to move this process forward. But I think it's unlikely that we will be seeing phase 2 commencing at the end of this week. That's, I think, more likely to happen in December.
No, I think it's not a question of jeopardizing, it's a question of negotiations. If you are a member of a club, I think you know this very well in the United Kingdom, and you pay your dues when you leave. And that's part of negotiations as we do them. I would hope there is a possibility to go to the next stage, and I think all countries are together in making that.
European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker and May said after dining together in Brussels on Monday that the halted talks should accelerate in the upcoming months. May is also expected to join the leaders of the 27 European Union countries at a Brussels summit later this week. Back to the US, firefighters have been trying to put out a massive wildfire that has been spreading across Northern California. A combination of high winds and high temperatures has helped spread the fire across the entire region. Over 10,000 firefighters from California and other states are doing all they can to extinguish the fire. Lighter wind has offered a chance for crews to make greater gains, allowing thousands of people to escape the wildfire, which has already killed more than 40 people since it first began on Sunday. Large wildfires were also burning in northern Nevada, Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. Although the fire has claimed lives in North Carolina, animals in a farm did survive. Beewall Farm in California had one of the inspirational stories of the wildfire's burn in North California. The fire covered most of the land, but both of the workers and the animals were lucky to survive. However, all the farm was destroyed.
The fire, it actually came and it burned under this entire coop. So on both sides of this, it was completely black, but they pretty much made their own fire line under the coop from just scratching.
Austin and Melissa, workers in the farm, are putting all their efforts to make sure that the animals are taken care of, especially that some of the chickens were very close to the fire.
Terrible that we couldn't do anything about it, so it was just like this complete helpless feeling.
Moving on to Europe, France's First Lady Brigitte Macron has said supporting statements of women around the world who are sharing personal experiences of sexual harassment or assault. Macron made the statements on Monday after attending a play along with several members of the government. The play was about a girl trying to rebuild her life after getting assaulted by a family friend.
Elles sont très courageuses de le faire. Et je pousse vraiment à rompre le silence. C'est formidable. Quelque chose est en train de se passer.
Thousands of women have been sharing stories of sexual abuse online following a call to action propelled by Hollywood actress Alyssa Milano. This topic has been discussed widely through the media after several accusations from women against American film producer Harvey Weinstein of rape and sexual harassment. French president said on Sunday that he wanted to revoke Weinstein's Legion of Honor award over the accusations. He also said he wanted to speed up the legal procedures surrounding sexual harassment to encourage more women to come forward. On Monday, the French government proposed a bill aiming to make sexual violence in French streets against women who are minors an offense to be punished with fines. And now to the sports world. FIFA suspended Pakistan from international soccer last Wednesday because of alleged government interference following disputed national federation elections. Demonstrators held a protest on Saturday demanding that the Pakistani government take measures to resolve its issues with FIFA after the country was suspended by the international football body. FIFA has noted that Pakistan's soccer federation offices and their accounts are in control of a court-appointed administrator.
वो तो हुकूमती मदाखलत स्पोर्ट्स में इन्वॉल्व होगी तो जो गरीब कॉमन मैन है वो कहाँ जाएगा तो मेरी दरख्वास्त है ऊपर के सतह के फीफा के लोगों से जो AFC को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं पाकिस्तान के ऊपर थोड़ा सा गौर करें और जो हमारी इलेक्टेड बॉडी है उसको लाने में हमारी मदद करें हुकूमती मदाखलत को जो है फौर बंद किया जाए
फीफा पे बैन लगा ये बिल्कुल गलत बात है क्योंकि जो छोटी छोटी कंट्री भी है उनको फीफा में टीम डलवाने का जब मौका मिलता है तो उनकी इकोनॉमी अच्छी होती है उनको पैसे मिलते हैं लेकिन पाकिस्तान वैसे ही जो है थर्ड वर्ल्ड कंट्रीज़ में आता है और ऊपर से जब उनके पास इतना टैलेंट है आप ज़रा पाकिस्तान में आके टैलेंट सर्च करें लियारी वगैरह के एरियाज़ में जो है उधर बहुत अच्छे
This ban cuts off funding from Zurich and bans officials, national and club teams from international meetings and games. This was the AUC newscast. I'm Noura Shibl. Thank you for watching.